Hello all, welcome. In this video I wanted to just do a little overview of the Solana and Serum ecosystems and a bit of a quick intro guide as to what's going on, and a few tips and tricks, like like a list of things that I wish I knew before I started getting amongst it, especially around the Serum side of things, because it's not immediately clear how everything works, but hopefully this video will fill in the blanks for you. So what we're looking at here is a slide put together by the Solanians, and that's their Twitter down there. Updated a couple of weeks ago. As you can see, the Solana ecosystem has just exploded over the last month or so. All these new projects coming online. So people that are saying that Solana is a ghost chain and all it is copycat NFTs, well, they haven't really done much research at all. There's obviously a lot going on. Pause the video here and have a look at some of these projects and see if anything of interest to you, if you want to go and have a look into them further. And this is the Serum ecosystem. So what the hell is Serum? Serum is order book infrastructure for the Solana network. So you might hear it being referred to as a CLOB, C-L-O-B. So a central limit order book. That's what that stands for. So it's basically just giving, a centralized deck, not centralized DEX, a centralized exchange feel to a decentralized environment, so like the blockchain. So if we go to something like Aldrin, this is running on Serum, so you can see it looks very familiar. You got the charts, here's the order book, and here's the trades. Same thing happens with Solate. They're running on Serum too. This is their layout, slightly different. Looks very similar to an FTX or a Binance. This is what the Raydium version looks like. This is Bonfida. Their order books are over here. So all of these front ends are sitting on top of Serum. So here is Project Serum's website. So if you want to get amongst the documentation and their white paper and how to stake it, the node list, what's built on Serum. So all this stuff is built on top of Serum. So Serum sits on top of Solana, and then all these other projects sit on top of Serum. So you'll notice, so you got Raydium here. Raydium have their own pools, but they also have a link into Serum. So depending on what market that you trade. Star Atlas here. So if you are getting into that game and buying their NFTs, all the NFT purchases and sales happen on a Serum order book, a Serum DEX underneath it. So when the game starts for real, the entire economy is going to be run through Serum. We've also got maps.me. That's like a big travel app. You've got Mango Markets, that's leverage derivatives. There's another game here. So yeah, there's lots of stuff going on. There's options down here with Soy options. Lots of stuff going on in the Serum ecosystem. So that layer sits on top of Solana. So going forward, my understanding is that there isn't going to be like a Serum DEX per se. Like you don't go to Project Serum and then trade on the Serum DEX there, because all these, it's a protocol, right? So there is no front end to it. So all these other projects are using the underlying tech. So Bonfida, this is Bonfida. This runs on top of Serum. Solape Swap, that runs on top of Serum. So they're all sharing the same order books. They're all sharing the same pools and liquidity. So it really, you can start your trade on this one and then finish it on Aldrin if you really want to. It's really up to you. Whatever front end you prefer, that's the one you should go with. Some of these DEXs have incentives, like this one, for example. Aldrin has a RIN token, so the RIN, Aldrin RIN, this is their DEX token. So that you might buy that and then use this particular front end and might get bonuses or discounts or whatever. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which one you want to trade on. They all feed from the same liquidity. So let's start with wallets then. So if you're new to all this and you want to get involved, you're going to need a wallet first. The two main wallets you want to use are either Phantom or Soulflare. There are others, but these are probably the two best ones in terms of user support and dedicated teams. So Phantom is phantom.app, or app. So phantom.app. It's a Chrome extension. It's not a mobile app. There is no mobile app as yet. The only mobile app that I'm aware of is Coin98. So they have a wallet, a web wallet, as well as an app that you can download. To be honest, I do most of my stuff on Solana on desktop or laptop, so I haven't needed to use a mobile app yet, but this is the only one that I know of that has had some good success, so check that one out, coin98.com. But all the words, your seed words, when you use it, or when you create your wallet for the first time, it's just like creating a MetaMask wallet. You'll get a bunch of seed words. Those words will work interchangeably on Phantom or Soulflare or Coin98, so you can switch between wallet providers if you don't like one or the other, or you want to try another one. So don't be afraid. Make sure you keep your seed words safe. Write them down. Make sure they're offline, and don't lose them. A wallet doesn't store any of this stuff. Everything's on the blockchain, so all you need is the seed words to get access to it. As far as if you're coming from Ethereum, Phantom is the MetaMask of the Solana universe, so you might be more comfortable using that one. You can send and receive your NFTs can be displayed inside the wallet. And there's also a swap feature inside the wallet as well. It's limited to the coins that it supports, so if it does support it, great. I've used the swap inside the wallet and it works just as it's described, but it doesn't have every coin listed, so you may need to go to a Serum DEX to trade a coin, especially if it's new. So install one of those, get yourself a wallet. Then you want to bridge in some money from another chain. So the easiest way to do that is going to be to go via a centralized exchange, FTX or Binance, for example. They have withdrawal and deposits directly from there. FTX having the most compatibility with the Solana ecosystem, they allow lots and lots of SPL tokens. Binance only has a couple. I think off the top of my head, it's only Solana and Serum. So if you need to send more than that and you don't have an FTX account, or you don't want to use a centralized exchange, then you're going to have to use a bridge. So the bridge you want to use is called Wormhole. So Wormhole V2, they've just launched that. The web address is worm.to. It operates just the same as any other bridge, where you got to connect both of your wallets, and then you send over whatever coin you want to send over. So if you want to come from Ethereum, you've got to connect your MetaMask wallet Make sure your MetaMask wallet is actually connected to Ethereum and not Polygon or Avalanche or Binance Smart Chain or something like that. Make sure your MetaMask is all set up properly. Make sure that you are prepared to pay the gas fee, depending on whatever it is at the time. If Ethereum is choked or congested and the fees are high, well, the fees are going to be high. So make sure you pick a time that you are happy to pay the gas fee to get it over. It's just a simple case of connecting your Ethereum wallet, selecting what you want to send over. Then the target will be your Solana wallet. Make sure that's connected. When you get to this step, then you choose what tokens you want to send over, and then you'll confirm your transaction on MetaMask, and then you need to redeem them on the other side. So you need to mint them on the other side. That means you need to have Solana already in your Solana wallet when you're sending it over, because you're going to pay the fee on the other side. Yeah, so I guess it's important to remember that if you need Solana in your wallet already, only you need a little bit to pay for the fees. So the initial deposit into your wallet, the easiest way is to use a centralized exchange like Binance or FTX. You can buy a little bit of Solana and then withdraw it directly to your Phantom wallet, and then the rest of the tokens that you want to send over, you can use this bridge if you want to. So if you're worried about KYC and any of that stuff, you shouldn't have to worry about that, because the amount of money that you're going to be withdrawing from the centralized exchange will be very tiny, so it should be under the limits that are set by the exchanges. Once you get some money over, let's say you send some USDC over from Ethereum to your Solana wallet and it's redeemed on the other side, you could then use that USDC to buy a whole heap of Solana, in a decentralized manner. So that's probably the way to go. Right, so now you should be at the point where you've got money in your wallet. It's all been sent over the bridge. You've used wormhole. Now you want to go trading. You want to start trading on a Serum DEX. So, like I said, Serum is the protocol. There are many web front ends to access the Serum DEX. So, this is bond feeder. Then you've got Raydium, which is this one here, which is their trading menu. They also have the swap menu, which looks very much like Uniswap. So just as a heads up, the swap feature will run through their own pools. So here are their pools, and you can add in tokens like you would on Uniswap or Sushi, and that's the API that you would get. But they're trading, this trading menu here where you're trading via the order book, that goes via Serum. This is another one, Dex Lab, but we'll stick with Aldrin for a sec because the layout makes it nice and simple to see. They also have the ability to scroll through the order book, which I like. Now, when you're trading on Solana and Serum DEXs for the first time, the way things work is the first trade will be expensive in terms of fees. Now, when I say expensive, I mean like a few dollars. And then after that, it's less than a cent. So why is the first trade so expensive? So relatively speaking, I mean, a few dollars is still super cheap when you compare it to Ethereum. So the first one is expensive because of two things happen. One, you need to create a home in your wallet to hold the tokens that you're about to buy. So if you've never bought, let's say you're using USDC and you're going to buy some RIN for the first time, you need to create a home in your wallet for the RIN to be stored. And the Solana fee for doing that is 0.02 and a little bit more change, right? So that's how much that costs. When you're using a Serum DEX, you also have to create an open order account. So what happens here is that the money, see, this is your RIN wallet and USDC wallet, so your money will appear here. But if you then add an order into the order book, or you make a market trade, that money gets deposited into an unsettled balance. So it's like an open order account, which sits on the DEX, so it's not actually in your wallet. So when you make a trade and it goes through, the money actually goes into Unsettled. So you might have $50 here in USDC, then you buy $50 worth of RIN. This number here will increase after the purchase. So you might have bought, I don't know, 10 RIN tokens, right? So that 10 will sit in here and Unsettled. And you'll go to your wallet and you'll say, hey, where's my RIN tokens that I just bought because my USDC is gone. It's actually sitting in Unsettled, so you need to settle your balances once that's done. So if you do a trade, there'll be a button underneath here that says settle. If you go to this is the Raydium, so here's the settle button here. On Bonfida, there's a settle button there. On DexLab, where's their settle button? You might not be able to see it until you actually connect your wallet. Solape Swap, they have a settle button here, right? So once you make a trade, your wallet balance on USDC will decrease, the unsettled balance will increase, and then if you want to keep trading, you don't need to settle. You can just go back and forth, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and it will trade for you in your unsettled balance holdings. And then when you're ready to actually put that into your wallet for real, you got to click settle. Now once you've settled, it'll be in your wallet. You pay a small fee for that. It's like 0.000005 Solana, I think it is, and there might be 1 or 1 0 or 1 0 more or less, but it's definitely very, very cheap. Once that's done, it'll be in your wallet. Yeah, that's really that's the trick. That's the slip up. Now, the other thing that you might get caught on is that your open orders and recent trade history and things like that aren't showing. If they don't show down here, and here's the open orders section for Aldrin. Let's say it's not showing for some reason. It might be RPC overloads or something like that. You can go to Step Finance, and Step Finance will show you your open orders and unsettled balances and a whole bunch of other stuff across the entire network. All right, so here's an example wallet of what you might see. So it shows you your portfolio overview, what coins you have in your wallet, and then down the bottom it has a DEX section. If you have open orders sitting on a Serum DEX, meaning that you have orders in the order book, you've got an open buy order at, this one has an open buy order at 30 cents for Saber. You can cancel that from here if you don't want to see it. Like, you might be having trouble in a DEX trying to see it or trying to cancel, it's not working for some reason. You can come to step.finance and see that quite clearly here. Unsettled balances as well. You might be missing some money. You go, where the hell's my money gone? I forgot what I was trading yesterday. You might be trading 3 or 4 things at the same time. Your unsettled balances will appear here, and if you connect your wallet, there'll be a button just sitting here that says settle all. Just click that, your wallet should appear, and then click approve, and then the money will go from the unsettled balances into your wallet. If interfaces like this scare you a bit because you much prefer trading on a Uniswap style interface, Raydium is probably your best bet. Second to that would be Symmetry Swap. Symmetry Swap is powered by the Serum DEX underneath. The good thing about Symmetry swap versus Raydium is that you can go from one coin to any other. Raydium will only let you do, for the most part, will only let you go from one coin to another if there is a pool for it. So, for example, in Raydium, there isn't a pool that has Saber and Solana in it. So it sort of works like Uniswap does, where this trade here will be routed from Saber to USDC and then from USDC to Solana. So there'll be actually two trades happening behind the scenes, but you won't notice that. So it'll just come up with one trade. You'll pay the fee, and there's the swap fee here, 0.22%. So all trades on Serum DEXs, you only pay 0.22%, whereas on Uniswap, for example, it's 0.3%. So much cheaper than on Uniswap. The other thing I'll let you know while we're here is that the open orders accounts that I spoke about before on Serum DEX is those fees that you pay, the 0.02. It's actually rent. So, meaning it's a place to store your coins while you're trading. And the rent that you pay, like the time of the rent is actually basically, you know, to infinity, right? So the rent is for a long time. It's basically permanent, but it is still rent. So if you're done with it, you can get a refund on the rent. If you're never going to be trading that pair again, you can get your fees back. How do you do that? So Symmetry will let you do it. You can click on transaction settings, and you can go here, click on view open orders accounts. Now this wallet happens to have traded these markets in the past, and if you want to close them, you can. You just click the close button over here, and by doing that, you'll get the fee that you paid refunded to you. If you trade this pair again, you'll just end up paying the fee again. So it's not a big deal, and so it's not going to hurt anything by closing it. You'll get the money back, and then you can, if you need to trade that pair again, you just have to pay the rent again. So that's for Serum based stuff. If you're doing pure automated market maker stuff like in Raydium, you don't pay that fee. Their swap fee is a little bit higher by default, I think, but you know, they work on a pool system rather than an order book, so that's why it's a bit different. But yeah, I think that's about it. That's as far as a quick intro into the ecosystem, and the few slip ups and things that you might not obviously aware, like this, especially with the settling and the open order accounts and those sorts of things. It's not explicitly said anywhere, but that's what's happening in the background. Yeah, so if you do trade on anything to do with Solana and you're not sure where your stuff is, do go to Step Finance. It's a great dashboard. It tells you where everything is, and the RPCs are usually pretty solid. So the RPCs are what helps these websites connect to the blockchain to display the data to you. So sometimes you might see things, and then other times you might not. So you might refresh the screen and it wasn't there before and it is now. Yeah, network traffic basically. So that's it. Hopefully it was helpful. Any questions, I'll leave links to all of these websites in the comments of this video, so you know where to go. And got any questions, let me know. Talk to you guys in the next video.